This is a video chart presentation of Echelon Corp. Echelon's NASDAQ Global Market stock, trading our ticker ELON. This chart caught my eye immediately this morning when running some scans. Solid support level right down here around $4.15, $4.16. Stock's risen nicely this week, almost 10%, up 3.5% yesterday. It's a lower volume play, 126,000 shares traded. And that's right about average for it, maybe slightly below. But I like the base it's formed and the way it looks like it's making a nice little rounded bottom. See, the stock's been in a pretty solid downtrend, but I noticed that the MACD has finally stopped making lower lows. Now it's making higher highs. That's a nice positive divergence over about 6 months. Bullish cross dropped recently. Now I want to keep an eye on this to make sure it holds that support level and that this uptrend can continue, because there's still a lot of room for movement in this MACD as it works its way back towards the money line. This is what I call an offset PPO ADX pinch. They didn't line up exactly, but I always look for that PPO to keep trending back towards zero, especially on the second pinch, which is what's going on right here. Even though it's not real tight, it's still the same formation and something that I look for. ADX is in a real nice reversal position. Money flow index, all three nice and tight together. Looks like they're trying to break through 50. Be watching for that to happen and for the MFIs to start trending over top of 50. It's much more bullish if that happens. Accumulation distribution can't break out of its downtrend still. But what I'd be looking for is just to hold a base level, start to move upward, make some higher lows, solidify that there's some better buying pressure coming into play. Jake and money flow, that does give a little bit of a different read. Nice trend back towards zero. Right now you can see it's registering just below zero. That tells you over the last 20 periods buying and selling pressure is basically equal. It's a nice look at the CCI. It's trended back out of negative territory, and per definition the buy point is the break of 100, which is just now starting to happen. Full stow, there's been about 4 days worth of buying, and the full stow is showing the momentum is coming in because of it. Tricks also making a nice uptrend, and also just dropped a bullish cross. So there's definitely some hints from the indicators this chart's trying to find a bottom and that there's a shift in trend and momentum going on. RSI also trying to uptrend, now breaking through 50. Key points that I look for. Want to see the 14 and 21 both make their way through 50 and hold above it. We point this out a lot of times in charts. See the uptrend that's happening. 14 and 21 trying to make their way through it. Once they make the break, price per share typically rises, and I want to see it hold over top of that. The break back down becomes bearish. So right now in a position where the 14 and 21 look like they're trying to make the break through 50. Undoubtedly what I'd be looking for is bottom support at $3.99 to hold, but there's also a substantial support level right there around $4.15, $4.16. I'd want to see that hold. If it falls through, chances of it blowing through the $3.99, $4 mark is really increased, and in a perfect world it would hold above this mark right around $4.30. It just pushed through that resistance yesterday, and even if it wants to pull back a little bit, if it can hold that, it really solidifies the idea that this is going to try an uptrend. Now it does meet some pretty good resistance right around $4.60. 50-day moving average is registering 467. It's dynamic, of course. It's coming down. It's going to reinforce that resistance at that point. Now beyond that, I'd come up, I think resistance is going to pick up a little bit as it approaches $5, and certainly going to stiffen just over that area. See, it was a pretty heavy area of resistance back here to end 2011, coming into 2012. A little bit of resistance again back here in March, but that's a pretty nice upside from where it is, closing at $4.40 to meet a real strong area of resistance. It's about 60 cents away or so. Now beyond that, I would suspect to see a little bit around 550, but a primary source of resistance is going to come up here around 650. Now obviously that's a $2 move from where it is. I'm not looking for that tomorrow, but I am saying that that's going to be a pretty strong area of resistance. It's just above the recent highs of 634 in February. Back here in October and November of 2011, it was the support area that it fell through. And of course, importantly, it's trying to push above the 200-day moving average at that point. But I do think that the Echelon chart looks like it's really trying to make a shift in trend and shift in momentum, like this little sweeping motion or rounded bottom that it has going on. And now I'll be keeping an eye on it to hold some bottom supports and see if it can push its way back above the 50-day moving average and eventually get this 50-day to stop its downward trend, start to rotate, and push back up towards the 200-day. It's an interesting chart and one I think worth keeping an eye on in the future to see how it performs. As always, it's merely my interpretation of the ELON chart. Thank you for watching and trade smart.